Ever pull out like a really old bill from your wallet and kind of wonder about its history?
Yeah.
Well, get ready to check your wallets again
Yeah.
because the US $100 bill
Hmm.
is going through some changes, some happening now and some that are like a decade away.
Wow. Okay.
In this deep dive, we're going to uncover what you need to know about these changes
Right.
and why it matters to your pocketbook.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're basing this deep dive on an article titled, "The Withdrawal of the $100 Bill is Confirmed. This is how to exchange the old ones to avoid losses."
Okay.
It was published on December 26th, 2024 by Info Include 226.
Okay.
And our mission today is to get you up to speed on all things $100 bills.
Right.
We'll find out which bills are being withdrawn and when, and also look at the reasoning behind both the withdrawal and the introduction of a new $100 bill.
Right.
Most importantly, we'll figure out what this means for you
Yeah.
and what actions you might need to take. So the article leads with some pretty surprising news.
Okay.
The Federal Reserve, the FFA, is pulling certain $100 bills
Okay.
from circulation.
Right.
And this is causing some head scratching.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the FED is making a distinction between the $100 bill
Right.
and other high denomination bills.
That's interesting. Yeah, the article mentions that bills like the $500
Right.
and the $10,000 have been out of circulation since 1969,
Right.
but they're still considered legal tender.
Yeah.
However, these older $100 bills
Right.
are being withdrawn.
To make it even more confusing,
Oh.
it's only $100 bills issued before 1969 that are being targeted.
Really?
So this definitely raises the question, why 1969?
Well, 1969 was a year of major change.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if that year brought significant design changes
Right.
or security upgrades
Right.
to the $100 bill.
Yeah.
This could explain why the FAD wants these older bills out of circulation.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's like they're saying, okay, these older bills just don't cut it anymore
Right.
in terms of security.
Right. Plus, think about the technology available to counterfeiters back then
Right.
compared to today. It's a whole different ballgame.
Now, the article mentions that there's no set date
Oh, wow.
for when these older bills will be officially withdrawn.
Right.
However, they are urging folks to act fast
Mhm.
if they have any of these pre-1969 $100 bills tucked away.
And it's not like finding these old bills is completely out of the realm of possibility.
Right.
You never know what might be hiding in a forgotten corner of your attic
Yeah.
or that old box of family heirlooms.
So what happens if you strike gold and find one of these vintage Benjamins?
Okay.
What should you do?
The article outlines two main ways to exchange these older bills.
Okay.
You can mail them directly to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, the BEP, along with your bank account information.
And if you'd rather handle it in person?
You can visit the BEP office directly.
Oh, okay.
It might feel like stepping back in time,
Yeah.
walking in with a stack of these old bills.
Totally.
The process is actually quite common.
Okay.
The BEP regularly handles the exchange of old or damaged currency.
This whole thing really does have a bit of a treasure hunt vibe to it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
But here's where the story takes another turn.
Okay.
We're also looking at a brand new $100 bill
Okay.
set to hit the scene in 2034.
Hey, a new $100 bill. That's exciting. What's the scoop on that?
Well, the development of this new bill is being spearheaded by the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence ACD Steering Committee.
Okay.
That name alone suggests they're not messing around.
Right.
They're laser focused on combating the increasingly sophisticated world of counterfeiters.
So it sounds like we're talking about a constant battle between the authorities trying to create secure currency and counterfeiters trying to, well, outsmart them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the heart of why this new bill is so important. The BEP has stated that this redesign is critical to ensuring the stability of the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
Counterfeiting poses a real threat
Right.
to our financial systems.
It's not just about fake bills floating around. It's about the potential damage to the entire economic structure, right?
Absolutely. And that's why they're pulling out all the stops with this new $100 bill.
Okay, so we have a new bill focused on super tight security, all geared toward protecting the economy.
Right.
But why the long wait until 2034? What's taking so long?
Developing a new currency for an entire nation is a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
It's a process that involves years of research, development, optimization, and rigorous testing.
Right.
You have to consider design, security features, production, distribution,
Right.
and even how the public will adapt to the changes.
Yeah.
It's like a complex operation that doesn't happen overnight.
I guess it's not as simple as just saying, hey, let's make a new bill.
Not at all. It's more like a carefully orchestrated symphony of moving parts, all working in harmony to create a secure and functional currency.
This leads to another question.
Okay.
What happens to all the $100 bills currently in circulation?
Right.
Are they becoming obsolete with the introduction of this new one?
That's a great question and an important point to clarify.
Yeah.
The BEP has made it clear that all current $100 bills will remain legal tender.
Okay.
This means these bills must be accepted
Right.
as a valid form of payment.
Mm.
It's one of the fundamental principles
Yeah.
of our financial system.
Okay, that makes sense. But here's where I'm getting a little tripped up.
Okay.
Earlier, the article stated that all U.S. currency designs are supposed to remain legal tender,
Right?
and now they're withdrawing these older $100 bills.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit contradictory?
You've hit on a key point here. Policies can and do change.
Right.
And sometimes those changes can seem to come out of left field.
Right.
It really highlights the importance of staying informed about policy shifts
Yeah.
that could impact your finances.
Yeah,
You don't want to be caught off guard.
that's for sure. I'm already feeling like I need to brush up on my money knowledge.
We all do. It's an ongoing learning process,
Yeah.
especially in a world where financial landscapes are constantly shifting.
So let's quickly recap
Okay.
what we've covered so far. We've got $100 bills issued before 1969 being withdrawn,
Right.
but there's no definitive deadline yet.
Yeah.
There are two ways to exchange them,
Right.
either by mail or with a trip to the BEP.
Right.
And on the horizon,
Yeah.
we've got a brand new, super secure $100 bill
Yes.
set to make its debut in 2034,
Yeah.
designed to combat those crafty counterfeiters.
That's a great summary. And this whole situation with the $100 bill brings up a really interesting question.
Ooh, I love a good question. Lay it on me.
In a world that's rapidly shifting toward digital payments and virtual currencies, what does the future hold for physical money? Will we even need physical currency by the time this new $100 bill rolls out in 2034? I think it's a question worth pondering.
You're definitely right about that. I'm already thinking about all the different ways we use money now compared to just a few years ago. It's definitely a topic that deserves a deeper dive.
This whole discussion about the $100 bill
Yeah.
really brings to light the complex relationship we have with money. We use it every day,
Yeah.
but rarely stop to think about the intricate systems behind it.
It's true. Most of us don't think twice about the history of our money.
Right.
Or the fact that designs change at all.
This deep dive is kind of like pulling back the curtain and revealing the inner workings
Right.
of a system most people take for granted.
Speaking of revealing things,
Yeah.
the article mentions some uncertainty
Yeah.
surrounding the withdrawal of these older bills.
Right.
What are some potential consequences?
Well, one group that could be immediately impacted is collectors. Vintage bills, particularly those in good condition, can be quite valuable. Removing them from circulation could disrupt the collector's market.
Yeah, I can imagine collectors scrambling to assess the value of their collections.
Right.
Do you think certain $100 bills will become more sought after because of this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
For example, there's a rare $100 bill from 1934,
Okay.
known as the funny banknote,
Okay.
because of its unusual design on the reverse side.
Okay.
It's already highly sought after by collectors, and this withdrawal could make it even more valuable.
Wow. So we've got potential impacts on the collector's market.
Yeah.
Are there any other concerns we should consider?
There's also the issue of trust.
Okay.
When governments make unexpected changes to their currency,
Right.
it can shake people's confidence in the financial system.
That makes sense if the $100 bill can change so abruptly. What's stopping them from doing the same with other denominations?
Exactly. Uncertainty can lead to unpredictable behavior. Some people might hoard cash,
Right.
while others might rush to exchange their bills. These actions can destabilize the economy.
It's like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Starting with a seemingly small change and then impacting the entire financial ecosystem.
That's a great way to put it. It highlights how crucial clear and consistent communication from authorities is. The lack of a concrete withdrawal date for these older $100 bills just adds to the confusion.
Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the new $100 bill coming out in 2034.
Okay.
The article emphasizes security as the primary reason for the redesign.
Right.
But what kind of sophisticated counterfeiting systems are we talking about here?
We're talking about technology that's evolving at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
What might have been considered cutting-edge security a decade ago
Right?
could be easily replicated by counterfeiting today. Think 3D printing AI-generated imagery
Right.
and advanced printing techniques
Wow.
that can create incredibly convincing fake bills.
So it's not just your average photocopier anymore?
No.
These counterfeiters are using some seriously high-tech tools.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And the authorities are constantly playing catch-up, trying to stay one step ahead. That's why this new $100 bill will likely have multiple layers of security features, some visible and some hidden,
Right.
to make it incredibly difficult to counterfeit.
Do you think we'll need special equipment to check if our money is real?
Probably not. The
Mhm.
BEP will likely focus on educating the public about the new features,
Okay.
and they'll probably be relatively easy to spot. Imagine watermarks, microprinting, color-shifting ink,
Right.
and raised tactile features,
Yeah.
things we can check without needing specialized equipment.
Okay, that's reassuring. Even with all these measures,
Yeah.
is it safe to assume that this new bill will be completely counterfeit-proof?
It's impossible to make anything entirely foolproof,
Yeah.
but the aim is to make counterfeiting so difficult and expensive
Yeah.
that it's not worth the risk for criminals.
Yeah. It's like building a fortress around our currency.
Yeah.
Speaking of fortresses, you mentioned earlier that these changes could potentially erode trust
Yeah.
in the financial system.
Yeah.
What can be done to mitigate that?
Transparency is key.
Okay.
The FEED and the BEP need to be upfront with the public about why these changes are happening,
Right.
what the timeline looks like,
Right.
and how they're ensuring a smooth transition.
And it sounds like public education about the new security features is going to be crucial.
Absolutely.
No one wants to feel like they're in the dark about their own money.
Exactly. It's also crucial to address the concerns of specific groups that could be disproportionately affected by these changes, like collectors' open dialogue and taking proactive measures to address their concerns can go a long way in maintaining public trust.
This whole conversation has been incredibly enlightening.
Yeah.
It's amazing how something as familiar as a $100 bill can spark such a complex discussion about security, technology, economics, and public trust.
It really highlights the interconnectedness of our financial systems in our daily lives. It also emphasizes how seemingly small changes can have ripple effects across the entire system.
It makes you wonder about the bigger picture. I mean, we're already seeing a significant shift toward digital payments, contactless cards.
Right. And even cryptocurrency.
You're right. This $100 bill situation almost feels like a bridge between the physical and digital worlds of finance. On one hand, we're talking about tangible banknotes
Right.
with intricate security features. On the other hand, we're grappling with the rise of digital counterfeiting and the need for increasingly sophisticated protection methods.
It does feel like the old and the new are colliding in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It begs the question, will we even need physical currency in the future?
Right.
Will we all be using digital wallets or some other form of payment technology by 2034 when this new bill is released?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's hard to predict the future with absolute certainty,
Right.
but it's clear that technology is pushing a rapid evolution in how we handle transactions. And the line between physical and digital money is becoming increasingly blurred.
Think about it. We already use our phones for so much,
Yeah.
to pay for things, transfer money, even invest. Is it that far-fetched to imagine a world where physical currency becomes obsolete? It's certainly a possibility. But I think it's also important to remember that physical currency still plays a vital role for many people. Not everyone has access to technology or feels comfortable using digital payment methods. And let's not forget about privacy concerns surrounding digital transactions.
That's a good point. Cash offers a level of anonymity that digital payments often don't, which can be crucial in certain situations.
Exactly. So while the future of physical currency is uncertain, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. But it will likely continue to evolve and adapt to the changing landscape of finance.
So after this fascinating deep dive, what are the key takeaways for our listeners? What actions should they consider taking based on what we've discussed today?
Well, the first thing is I think everyone should do is check their wallets.
Yeah.
See if you have any of those pre-1969 $100 bills
Right.
hiding in there. Absolutely. And remember, if you find one, it's a good idea to exchange it sooner rather than later. Even though there's no official deadline yet, it's better to be safe than sorry. As we discussed earlier, you can do that either by mail or in person at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing.
Now, when it comes to that new $100 bill slated for 2034, it seems like knowledge is going to be our best defense. We need to stay informed about its security features so we can easily authenticate it and protect ourselves from those counterfeiters.
I couldn't agree more. Keeping yourself educated about changes in currency is going to become more and more important as technology continues to advance.
This whole conversation has really made me think about the future of money in general. It seems like we're at a crossroads, with physical currency and digital transactions vying for dominance.
It's a fascinating time to be alive, that's for sure. We're witnessing a major shift in how we interact with money. The decisions we make and the policies we implement today will shape the financial landscape for generations to come.
What do you think are some of the biggest challenges we face as we navigate this transition toward a more digital financial world?
One of the most pressing challenges is ensuring equitable access to financial systems. Not everyone has equal access to technology or the knowledge to navigate digital transactions safely and effectively. We need to make sure that the shift toward digital doesn't leave anyone behind.
That's a crucial point. And then there are the concerns about security and privacy in a digital world. How do we protect sensitive financial information from cyber threats and data breaches? How do we maintain individual privacy when digital transactions can be tracked and monitored?
These are all critical questions that we need to address thoughtfully and proactively. It's not just about embracing new technologies, but also about establishing safeguards and ethical frameworks to ensure these technologies serve humanity's best interests.
This deep dive into the $100 bill has been a real eye-opener. It's amazing how something we use every day can spark such a complex and thought-provoking conversation about history, technology, security, and even the future of society as a whole.
It's a reminder that we can't afford to be passive observers. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of money. Whether it's staying informed about changes in currency, advocating for equitable access to financial systems, or demanding responsible development and implementation of new technologies, our voices and actions matter.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we encourage you to continue exploring these topics and engaging in these important conversations. Think about the implications of a cashless society, the role of technology in our financial lives, and what you envision for the future of money. We're all on this journey together, and the choices we make today will determine the financial landscape of tomorrow. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating exploration, and until next time, keep those wallets secure and those minds curious.